Raincoat. $77.
Light pattern is a little weak. It's not strong enough. The idea of it is cute. Their eyes are, you know, could have a little bit more of a spark because they have beautiful eyes. That would really impact it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, I think the whole thing could be printed down a little bit. The kind of, not sure what's going on in the right-hand corner. If that's texture or if that's something going on in the background, but it doesn't really fit with the overall image.
I like the overall feel of it. Pose-wise, I think she would, I would like to have seen her head on his shoulder tucked in, and then her eyes would have just exploded coming out of that dark area. Right now, all I'm seeing is that light green dot between the two of them.
$77. Pause.
What's the title?
$76.
The main thing that bothers me is the horizon line is right behind their heads. That's a definite no-no. The deck is too bright that they're sitting on. Yes, the line leads to them. That's good. But you're still just kind of bounce around. It doesn't hold you in enough with that strong horizon line right across the head.
I think raising the camera angle up would obviously take care of that issue of the horizon line, but I think it would also take care of the issue of the leading line of the two sections of the deck of where they're bent. So I think just a higher camera angle would have taken care of it. And you have to learn these things on the fly. They're candid, and you have to see it, you have to spot it, and correct for it on the fly.
I would like to have seen a little bit more emotion from the bride. I'd like to see her arm maybe touching him. She just seems to be just sitting there.
And kick, could have kicked out the foot, splash the water, and have them do that. And I think spontaneity would have followed considerably.
That was a 76. Hey there.
I like the idea of the spontaneity of it. Got a chuckle out of us. I think the cropping, even into a square format, would help. Straightening of the building itself seems to be dropping to the right a little bit, and I think by a square crop that would help with the issue also, and take part of that the Dutch door on the right side. I don't think you need to see all of that door on the right.
I think you can take care of all the highlights coming out of the barn itself. The area surrounding the horse seems to be pretty black. I think you could continue that down and take out all those highlights in there.
I enjoy the image. I've done tons of weddings. This is fun. Everything they said is correct, though. So work on it and send it on.
And even the lack of controlled posing, I like.
I agree. I like that he's not embracing her for Yeah, it's spontaneous. She grabbed him, she kissed him.
77, pretty in pink. $78.
No, I was measuring. Cross that out. I didn't do anything yet.
Sorry about
Redo.
that. Hang on.
I really like this image. I think it could be cropped square. I think you could come in a lot tighter on the baby. Lighting is really nice. I think it could be toned down just a little bit, maybe on the forehead, maybe just a smidge on the fingers. One of the things that I'm kind of seeing is on the baby's right arm, there's kind of a weird line. Yeah, it follows the curve of the shoulder. Not really sure what's going on there.
I think it's her body.
Is that part of the?
I think it's the shoulder and then
the torso.
The torso behind it.
Okay, that's something that, because it's out of focus. The other one, you may want to kind of look into that, of fixing that just a little bit. But even as is, you know, I could see this, you know, scoring.
Yeah. Toning it down would be key.
White mat, I would definitely get rid of that.
And I would again, the square crop I think would be great. I would even come in tight enough to cut off that right knee and bring it in almost to the toes on both sides. And then what was the title again? I would make the image as large as you could with the square crop, and then I think I would tie the pearls in with it in the title.
Also, just nitpicking, there's a little pocket of light on their left, the baby's left hand, photo right, just right in those fingers. Just get rid of that little light pocket, darken it all in.
79, country canning. $78.
I don't think the mat is helping this image at all. The heavy textures, I don't really think that the text on here is helping it at all. It took me forever to figure out that those were two L's in Billy Beans. When doing a composite like this of multiple images, you really want them all to be merit quality images. I feel like you have the hands in the first one, it's not the same color as the hands in the second, so you always have cool hands and warm hands. The third image has a lot of artifacting in the background on that. There's a lot of noise, grain, things like that. And shooting down on these, I don't know if that was the best angle for the beans on the right.
And I'm on the other end of it. Love the concept, love the idea of it. Agree with everything that Tim said as far as the color tonality. When you have four images, they have to match in tonality across the board, or be one on one end of the spectrum and one on the other end of the spectrum. We have red that ties three of the images together. The first image, I would, in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little split of something in there that you can't really tell what the background is. I'd make it red and tie all three of them together. I like the format of the matting, but there's just some little things in there that need to be cleaned up, and I like the idea. I like the direction that you're going in.
The borders around each image are not consistent, which is very important for the details.
78.
Okay.
Mingus Mill. $78.
The matting bothers me. The key line bothers me. Get rid of those. That'll help a little bit. But I'm also seeing two images within the image. The left side is a dark, a darker feeling on it. The right side is light and airy. And I think if you bring those two together, I think that will help it tremendously.
Great. I'm burning that lower left log down.
78. Daddy, get your gun.
I'm not really sure the brick plays into this image really well. To me, is a little bit on the distracting side. It's a nice portrait of a girl. I'm seeing two catch lights on the eye to the left. I would remove the one to the left there, so we only have one catch light in there. I'm seeing some noise in the background of it, of the background image itself. If you go basically from her eyes over to the right there, there's kind of a white line in there that would all need to be cleaned up. Yeah, the hair coming down in between her arm, the highlight there, as well as the kind of the wrinkles of the sweater are kind of catching some light there. You could probably bring the crop up a little bit. You can eliminate that little sliver of sweater under her arm.
74. Out of the fog. $77.
I know that the mountains are supposed to be foggy, but it just seems soft.
It looks like a soft focus effect. I'm not sure that fog would go from ground all the way up to the top of the image. We're also getting some noisy banding in the sky above the clouds. I mean, you can see them almost arcing across. I would say that you could even crop off the majority of the green right up to that tree line. That would give you a much more powerful image. Take off the soft focus effect, make it more of a pano, and I think you would. I'd like to see that image.
And the border, the mat, stuff like that, I would work on that also. It does not need to be as strong.
Or over to the far right. Oh.
77. Alaskan Adventure. $71.
When we're talking about the 12 elements of merit, impact is number one, storytelling. It's definitely up there in technical excellence. I'm seeing an image here that appears to be, looks like it has some camera shake to it. It's at least the top of it is blurred. The archway is too bright. It's blown out. It doesn't really have a whole lot of impact. Or I'm not really sure what the story is being told here.
And time of day is going to be important. Again, further north you go in the summertime, the further the sun goes north, and that's going to change the perspective and your lighting and everything else. And you pay attention to where you're located at and what the light's going to be doing. Again, earlier morning and late afternoon are the best times to do scenic in that type of format.
Reflecting Beauty. 77.
One thing I see right off the bat is I'm not really sure if that's an overlay, but it almost looks like bubbles or oil of some sort.
Yeah.
On the right side, there's a big kind of bluish black area, which would definitely need to be fixed. I think that taking that texture off completely would help this image. Cropping it so it's a lot tighter, a lot more of a pano, I think would help. I think what you got is nice direction of light on her face. I think her hand is a little bit bright. Skin tone wise, we got some issues there. Her neck is a different color than her arm. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I'm not really sure what all would fix it. I'm seeing some spots down here in the right hand corner of her back, the little bump on her dress that need to be addressed.
That's it.
Yep.
Out of their wheelchairs. $76.
Again, time of day, direction of light. I'm not for sure with the title. I'm assuming that the couple are normally in wheelchairs and they, put them in a lovely chair. But I'm assuming a lot when I say that. So I don't know.
Yeah, the title does not tie in with the storytelling. You have more information than we do as a viewer, so that does not help the backstory on it. Time of day is the biggest thing. Spontaneity, they all look. I'm sure this is a particular one of the series that was done as far as being stoic or gangsteristic, I guess. But it's a celebration, and I'd like to see some expressions that showed that.
I just love the expression of the short man in the middle there. That scowl. That's why I scored it. The building is kind of, I think, falling over a little bit to the left. It could be cropped in on either side. But yeah, time of day is going to be the biggest issue.
Ozark Beauty. $76.
Time of day, again, is the biggest issue here. I think you could take off the bottom almost 3 inches of the image, and then also on the left side, you could take that sidewalk out of there completely. I don't think it's needed.
Some of the technical issues that I see is the waterfall, or the water coming out. It looks like you have a little bit of blown up highlights there. You got some color issues. If you go up into the sky, over by the trees, we have a lot of issues going on up there, into the leaves. We're getting some almost neon colors, almost like the sky's been put in on that side. But then we have on the right side, we have a bright white. We go from white to almost a purpley blue to a pastel blue.
Been said.